good to be back here with you guys. We got a fun video, should be a quick one. Biggest thing is getting back in the saddle, saying hey to everybody. Have some fun. All that and more coming up after this. Hey guys, and welcome back to the High Risk Coin Pusher. So as most of you all know, but if this is playing out at a later time, this is my first time coming back after being in the hospital. I'll explain a little bit more as we get along about what happened, but basically I got a pulmonary embolism in my right lung, and it's been a trying time to say the least. It's been, when you struggle just to take a breath, that's a scary feeling. Thanks to some help and my wife giving me a ride and Mike working with me, I came up here today just to do a quick enough video to put a video out to say hey to everybody, to actually physically talk and explain what happened and how I'm doing. But outside of that, guys, before we get started, guys, I've really got to show you something. So Winter, you hear me talking about them all the time. Winter has stood by me even when I was sick and I was in the hospital. They still supported me. It's hard to find a company like that. I ask you please to use the link down in the description, use my link so they can track it that you came from me. Not that I get paid extra for that, I don't, but that way they can see that come from me. Download Winter. It's a real claw machine app that you play from your smartphone, whether you have Android or you have iPhone, and you win real prizes shipped to you for free. And then another bonus, you can go over to our Winter Claw Machine fan page, and there's a ton of free giveaways and inside tips and everything on there. It's a very active page, and I'd love to see you all over there. But thanks to them to help this channel going. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get back to the video. So guys, a couple of things. First off, let me apologize for how I'm talking. I couldn't wear a lapel mic because I figured the lapel mic really picks up my breathing. On a good day, it's kind of annoying sound, so I figured today would probably be really annoying, just with having a harder time breathing. But what we're going to do today is I did a $250 buy-in. It's the lowest I've done in a long time, but I just wanted to kind of get back into the groove. Really cool setup here. It got kind of like the Stonehenge or something. Just got basically a U of cash. Also, this is the one that has the Michael Jordan rookie card in it. It has the Pat Mahomes signed card and the Tom Brady 24 karat signed graded card. So that's a possibility to win. And then outside of that, just cash. Now quarters, there's not a lot. This is the first time me being out on my feet, so I figured I shouldn't probably put too much pressure on it, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now standing up and bending down is going to be kind of a hard thing for me to do, so I'm going to have to kind of take my time on this, but we'll get to it. There's a good one. Nice second wave. Let's go ahead and come in behind it. You kind of get an idea of the reason why I don't like doing the low buy-ins, because they go by so quick. So what happened to me? How did I end up in the hospital? Guys, it's the craziest story I could ever imagine. So last weekend, my German Shepherds sometimes sleep in bed with us, and I know some dog owners say that's a good thing, some things say it's a bad thing, but that's just how me and my wife have always been. And I was coming to bed late. I was working on YouTube stuff. And Maxie, my black shepherd, she was on my side of the bed. And I kept saying, come on Maxie, move over. And she kept giving me this puppy dog look. So I decided to squeeze up the middle of the bed. And when I did, I don't know whether I tripped or I just kind of flopped down. But I fell into basically the headboard area, and as soon as I hit, I felt like, oh my gosh, it just pulled muscle on my side. So I fell asleep, woke up the next day, and as soon as I moved, I knew I had an issue. I couldn't catch my breath. I was gasping for air, It was one of the worst pains I've ever felt in my life. It felt like somebody was literally ripping my lung out of my body. And with me not being able to catch my breath, I was thinking, oh no, I've done punctured a lung or something with my ribs. So I called an ambulance, called my co-workers, which ironically it was two ladies that I've never worked with before, so I didn't know. I go to the ER, they put me on oxygen and some pain meds, and they do a CAT scan of my lungs, and they came back and they said that I have a pulmonary contusion, which basically is a bruise of the lung. And they said it looks like someone took a baseball bat to the side of my lungs. And I was like, man, I didn't hit that hard. I don't know how it's that bad. And he was like, well, the good news is right now there's no pneumonia. Don't see any blood clots. So gave me an antibiotic and told me to do a follow-up with a surgeon. Well, I go home that night and I'm just getting worse. My breathing's getting worse. I'm stuck downstairs on my couch, can't move. Every little breath, I can't even take a half a breath. So I should have went back to the ER, but I was stubborn. And I waited till I went to my follow-up appointment with the surgeon. And as soon as he seen me, he said, you gotta go back to the emergency room. Something's not right. So I went back, they did the exact same scan. And when the doctor tells you a little bit of good news first, it's usually not a good sign. He said the good news is your contusion hasn't spread, but the bad news is you have an embolism, you have a blood clot in your lung, and you've also developed pneumonia. So we're going to have to admit you. All right, guys, give me a second. This is my last two quarters. I'm going to go down here and get ready to collect. Guys, I'm not going to be able to do that too many times. That really hurt. So they admitted me in, put me up in the room, and basically I just sat there and suffered. They put me on heparin for the blood clot, and antibiotics, and pain meds, and oxygen, and I just sat there suffering for about 3 days straight. So, the problem is I've run a fever every night, which is common for a respiratory infection. And they didn't want to release me until my fever got better. But I gave them one more night and then asked them if I could go home. So they let me go home, and I'm still running the fevers, but my breathing, believe it or not, has gotten so much better. I was sat in that 82, 83%, and now I'm up to around 93. I still get the fevers at night, but a lot better. I can get up and walk around, which is a huge help. Couldn't do that there. So I'm working my way through it. But I gotta say, this is, you know, when you work in EMS, you see all kinds of stuff. And what was crazy was everything that we look for in the field for a pulmonary I had. Whoa, here's a big one. Come on, baby. My ankles were swollen up, tacky, everything that you look for. There's no air movement in my right bottom part of my lung. They had a training nurse, and they had her come in, listen to my lungs so she could hear what a clot sounds like. My nighttime nurse was actually somebody I worked with. She worked part-time at the county. But I'm alright, guys. I'm getting by. I really appreciate every one of you all's kind words and everything that you all have done for me. It means so much. Alright, so that was my last quarter. Let me go down and collect again. But we are not doing good with cash. I haven't got a dollar back yet. I want to do better than this. And you want to know the craziest part of it? I was in a hospital the day that Jeff passed away. Not the same hospital that he went to, not passed away at, but what he went to. And I tell you what, man, I'm 39 years old. I'm not that old, but I can tell you, I value living and realize how quick that can be taken away from you. Alright guys, I think I'm going to get a little out of breath. I think I'm just going to sit here and play for a little bit and hopefully get to do a little bit better. There we go. Alright, that was my last quarter. Not the best. Got 20. I don't know why it's pretty dark. 20. That was a good one. Alright, so we did a lot better with cash return that time. And we got that. There we go. My last quarters. Alright, some cash stuck in the chute, but it's a win. So there's 40 right there, but there's another 30 stuck in the chute. Not real good with quarters, just a handful actually. Come on, baby. Oh, it's getting ready to fall. So close. I'm just going to collect not even a handful of quarters, guys. I got a little bit more. Same thing, got about $1's worth. Oh, got more cash fall. Alright, so we got another 20. And just one stinking quarter. I'm gonna put it right there. There we go. Oh, that's rough. Alright guys, I'm gonna sit here for a little bit. It's 20 minutes. I gotta be honest with you, I'm ready to call it myself. Let's see if anything happens off of this. Alright guys, let me go ahead and let's go get Mike and see where we're at total, and we'll go from that point on. Alright guys, so there we go. Mike went ahead and cleared it out for me. Nothing else fell, and I gotta be honest with you, I think this was probably a good first start for me. I was hoping to be up here about 15 minutes, and all in total before I started recording probably about 35. So, but for cash, cash alone hit 160 bucks, which is not bad. We had a $250 buy-in, but what we did also get is this $100 buy-in, so that puts us at 260. So technically we are up $10. So hey, my first time back. Sorry guys, I apologize. Hopefully my voice or nothing got on your nerves today, but I just really wanted to get a new video out. I'm dual posting this on Facebook and on YouTube just to say hi. Thanks so much for all the thoughts and prayers and everything nice that you all have done. You've made my recovery so much easier knowing I got a support system like I do out there. Guys, please again, don't forget to support Winner. If you're on Facebook, I'll try to put a post up again with my link, because that does show them, helps me out, shows them that I'm bringing in new customers. You can also use my code Bartley21 to get free stuff. That just is just something just for you all. I don't get no credits for it, but just something for you all. Please like the video guys if you enjoyed it. Also, if you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you hit that subscription button and become part of the family. I promise to you, if this is the first time you watch this, I'm normally a little bit more energetic than this, but life hands you lemons kind of thing. Alright guys, thank you so much. Have a fantastic week, and I will be back up to have a weekend video for sure. Alright guys, have a good week. Bye.